Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Akintayo. I'm a wedding photographer. I've been shooting weddings for the past 7, 8 years thing, and I think I have a pretty good knowledge about the way things work. In this video, I will be sharing knowledge with you. Knowledge is absolutely power. So I'm going to share stuff with you that I think would help your career or your hobby or whatever it is that you're doing that has some form of connection to photography. In this video, two things I'm going to highlight. The first thing is how I pose my couples. Right now, it's going to be my thought process, right? I will pose a bride, I'll pose a groom, I'll pose both of them together, right? So you see how I kind of work the scenario. And the icing on the cake is not the posing, but it's that I'm doing this with the JPEG format. There's this idea or notion that if you are professional, you only have to shoot RAWs. And I'm not even here to argue by saying that no, JPEGs are better. No. RAWs have their advantages, JPEGs have their advantages, but it doesn't mean you should shun JPEGs like completely. No, when the scenario arises for you to use JPEG, I see absolutely no reason why. And the good thing is with this camera, which is the Sony A7 III, right, I'm able to get really good JPEG images, no jokes. So while I'm posing the couple, posing the bride and the groom, I would show you the image afterwards. It's an edited JPEG image, but it is JPEG. I promise you it is JPEG. And with this, you can get your images out really quickly, especially if you have a time constraint. So just relax, sit back, and enjoy this. All right, so I'll start off by sharing with you my settings for what I'm about to do. Obviously, I'll go to the file format and change it from RAW to JPEG. But in this scenario, I'm changing it to like RAW and JPEG, just so that I can have like a backup RAW in case I need it. But obviously, you can just put it to JPEG if you want that. Then I go to the Jpeg quality. I keep it as standard, fine and extra fine. They're kind of fine as well, but I don't really want like heavy images, heavy files. Then I go to the size as well, and I put it on small. That is for me though, okay? And that is for this scenario. Then I move all the way in my Sony menu system, and I go to number 12 on the color white balance processing. I think white balance is like very, very important, right? So I love to keep it on auto. I think auto does a very good job, but the thing is, you kind of like have to, what I'm doing here, look at the environment and look at what you're getting, and then you adjust accordingly. Okay, if you think it's white enough, then good. If you don't think it's white enough, then try and change it. But typically, I like to go for auto. In this scenario, I went with daylight. Then I go to my creative style. Honestly, I leave it as standard. I think another one that is good, right, is I think light, but I just like to keep it as standard. I'm not doing too many. Picture profile is turned off. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it, and I'm done. Here I am talking to my model, trying to calm her down, explain to her, what I'm trying to get. I know she's a model, but at the same time, we don't really have models as clients. We have like regular human beings who probably don't know how to pose. So making the subject, the couple in this context, very comfortable is major key. That is one thing you always have to do, because once they're comfortable, then they feel beautiful in front of the camera, right? So I direct by giving you things to do, like chin up, chin down, this way and that way. Because of the space that I have to work with here, typically my go-to lens for a portrait that is just like from the head to like the waist would be an 85, but I'm shooting this with a 15mm, right? Because I'm just trying to capture like the whole space. Everything here is being shot with natural light. I have no artificial lighting whatsoever. That is how good this camera is, right? And I'm not even cranking on my ISO that high, to be honest. So the camera just does a very good job working with the ambient light. Okay, as long as I have my subject pretty much close to the source of light, which is the window, and it's not very, very harsh, then I'm good to go. Okay, then I pose accordingly. I'm using the rule of thirds here because I have this, I find it interesting. Instead of like just a white background, right? There's the couch there, so I'm trying to incorporate it, and that's probably one of the reasons why I'm using a lens that is wider than the 85 millimeter. Okay, good. So when I see things that I don't really like or that I can work on, I go ahead and I tell the couple, I tell the bride, oh, do you mind if you do this way? Do you mind if you do this that way? You know, it would help with my posing. Women are beautiful creatures, and you have to enhance those features that make them beautiful creatures. So I work a lot with the hips, with the way they look, right, to signify that you are a woman. Our model is on a very slim side, so we had a little bit of hiccup with the outfit. So if you see pegs at the back, yeah, we had to, yeah. Anyway, we had to peg at the back so that it doesn't fall off. But there's no post-production in this images that show me take it off the pegs. All I had to do is position myself in a way where the pegs do not show. That's one thing a lot of photographers probably fail to understand. You know, all you have to do sometimes is just change your angle, and it makes a world of difference in the image you're trying to take. Change your angle or use a different lens. With the Sony, all this is just very easy for me. I'm shooting with the electronic viewfinder, so I have a realistic view of what I am trying to get. It's not, there's no confusion whatsoever. Anyway, that's with the bride for that one. I'm with the groom. Grooms are pretty straightforward, to be honest. As long as he doesn't look very defensive, you know, with his fist clenched or very straight face, I think you're good to go. The typical pose would be the hand in the pocket. I like to do one hand in the pocket, not exactly two. And then with the suit, you know, he can take it on, he can take it off, he can button it, he can not button it. It depends on what I'm trying to work with here. But in this case, I like the suit, the button on. When I have him sit, I will probably take it off, right? Yeah, so these are things you kind of need to know. I'm still working the scene and trying to still incorporate the, what's it called, the couch into the photo shoot, because I don't know, I just find it interesting. And that's the beautiful thing about photography. It's art, right? It's subjective to whoever is viewing it. So this is actually what I wanted to get. It's not exactly right or wrong, it's just subjective. But having a great camera to pull off what you have in your mind is just absolutely major key. So I have him on the other side of the couch now, sitting now. Like I said, I told him to take off the button holding the suit together, and I'm still shooting this with natural light, guys. All is natural light, nothing else. The gentleman helping me with the video, he brought a light that would help for the video but not for the pictures, so it's not even like a flash or anything. Yeah, so yeah, that is pretty much it, and I'm still on my 50 millimeter lens. Don't forget, all this are JPEGs. All this are absolutely JPEGs. Okay. Yeah, and how long did it take me to edit this JPEG? To be honest, one file is probably less than 60 seconds. No jokes. One file with JPEG, as long as you get your white balance right, right? And the Sony has like fantastic autofocus system. I think we all know that by now. So you are definitely getting your images. Pa, 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 pa. Anyway, pa, 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 I don't know what language that is. So I have my bride and groom together now, right? And the common pose is to have them together, but I want to switch it up a little bit. I have him still sitting, and then the guy, I have him sitting, sorry, and then the lady standing. Yes, going for something a little bit more editorial, you know, as opposed to the typical cuddly stuff. And then of course, after that, I begin to work the pose. Here is a picture of some form of interaction between both of them. They actually got along pretty well, so that was good for my pictures. They just met that day for the first time. Hands on the hip is always very important for me, especially with the kind of dress that she's wearing. It's an off-shoulder type of outfit, so she can't really take her hands up, so she has to do something with the hands. I like to work with certain body parts when I'm trying to pose that are very important to the pose. For a woman, her hands, her legs, her hips, her face, her fingers, they are very, very important. And for the guy, his legs, his hands as well, and his face once in a while. So I have them pointing towards the window, you know, so the light hits them some more and away from the window. Then I have this thing where I'm like, okay, the groom look at me, the bride look at the groom, you know, just switch it back and forth to just have like different variations in the shots. And obviously I have them come closer. I mean, There's no bride and groom, I guess, who will not have like a close-up shot of both of them together. But yeah, so that is that. And this is a very, very simple space, guys. It's not a very extraordinary space. So that's the beauty about this. One of the reasons why I like this is because I'm not taking you somewhere extraordinary. I feel like it would be harder to explain because people will probably say, oh, can't you see the waterfall in the background? Can't you see the artwork in the background? Of course, it's going to look beautiful. This is simply a white wall and a couch. That is all I am working with here. Oh my God, those pegs are killing me. That is what I'm working with here, right? So there's nothing else. So it is as simple as it gets. Once you understand these basics, right, then you can then take it to a waterfall. Then you can then take it to like a nicer background and get like a much better image. I like this because they're laughing, and that's one thing you as a photographer need to do. You need to engage the couple. If you have a sense of humor, you are good to go. And if you don't have, well, if they have friends around, you can have them encourage the couple to, you know, smile, say one or two things, and they'll be good. So I switched up my background into something else, and the light here is kind of different, but I'm still going to show you how this Sony camera shines even in this light, right? They're further away from the sun, yes, from the window, so the light is not hitting her the way it was before. But with a little bit of adjustment, right, with my ISO, even in JPEG, with absolutely no noise, I get this. Incredible, isn't it? It really is. Honestly, this camera has been a game changer for a lot of us photographers, because I know, like, when I used to shoot DSLR before jumping into mirrorless, oh man, I can't believe we survived then. So this has been like, thank God. Literally, that's what it's been like. Anyway, this is a different outfit, right? So I pose according to the outfit, and I don't have restrictions with the arm here because there's no off-shoulder thing going on with the dress, right? So I can easily pose with this one. And the good thing is the gown even comes like with pockets, so that is a whole lot easier. I am a very, very hands-on photographer. I engage. And it is very important to do that, you know. I engage in this kind of way. Apart from talking, I'm trying to fix her dress, trying to probably help her with the shoe. You know, with that, the couple feel better. They feel like they're not just paying a photographer, but they're paying someone who actually cares about them, or cares about the way they look. And I find that to be very, very important when I'm communicating with my couple. So I have the groom on the TV, and I have her on the couch. And don't forget, guys, it's still natural light and it's still JPEG. Honestly, it is still natural light JPEG. I was sweating so bad, so I apologize for all the sweat on my body. But yeah, after that, I switched a little bit. I had the groom take off the jacket and then hold it, right? And then just stand behind her. Yeah, just for variation. And you just never know what you get with all these things, you know. You just have like it's just good to have options. That is pretty much, it's good to have options. Here I have him sitting now and again. The light source is still the same. Nothing has pretty much changed. And I am just working and enjoying everything. So this is kind of really my thought process. I know it may look simple, but I think what makes it really easy for me, apart from like the experience I've had thus far in my career, is using the right gear. There's nothing more annoying than you have all these things in your head, but you don't have a way to like dissipate it or bring it out. So using the right gear really, really absolutely helps. And in this case, my Sony a7R III is the absolute best. It kills everything for me, to be honest. And I don't have any issues at all. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, everything is just JPEG. There's nothing raw in here, you know, so it's just JPEG all through, and I don't see anything wrong in shooting JPEG. Sometimes I think it's absolutely fine. So thank you for watching. I hope you gained one or two things in there, and please don't forget to follow us in the above written right there. Yes, please do right now. All right, take care. Thank you guys. See you in the next webinar. Goodbye.